Bonjour Taurus and welcome back to my channel. Claude here. Thank you for joining me for your February tarot reading. So I hope you had a good beginning of the year so far. I have posted your tarot birth card readings for February last week, so there will be a link in the description box below if you didn't have time to check it out. If you don't know what your tarot birth card is, it's also in the links in the description box below. So for this reading, I normally split my deck into 3 parts for the monthlies, but I got called to do a chaotic cross. So I'm going to grab an energy from the oracle deck first, and I'm going to build the cross around that. Now, as always, please do remember that these are general readings, so just take what resonates. Now, if you would like to connect to the energies of my deck, now's the time to do so. You may want to take a couple of deep breaths and relax whilst I shuffle the deck. So what do my Taurus querents need to hear for their highest good for the month of February, please? Okay, so your energy is chaos and conflict. How interesting. Card 33. Okay, so things are moving around, and you may feel like there's something churning inside of you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because of the burning inside of the animals. It caught my eye. So it may be an unsettling period for you. You may feel like you are not grounded, or something is disturbing your stability. So let's grab the tarot deck and see why this is happening and get some clarifications. If you are interested in the deck I'm using, this is a stunning Italian deck. I have reviewed it on my channel, so there's a link in the description box below as well if you just want to chill and check out the cards and maybe even get it for yourself if you read for yourself. So we have the Magician. Oh, big energy to open it. To open your reading, I mean. Crossing you, we have the Four of Swords. Above you, we have the Knight of Swords. Below you, we have the Devil, another big energy. Behind you, the Emperor. Okay, so we're surrounded by major arcana. In the near future, we have the Two of Wands. In the advice, we have the Six of Pentacles. In the environment, we have the Sun, beautiful, another major arcana and the best card in the deck. Hopes and Fears, Justice. Wow, you really are dealing with big energies. Let me move my crystals away. Final potential outcome, we have the Page of Pentacles, your energy, Pentacle energy. Bottom of the deck, which is the energy at work that you may not be aware of, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so this is why we have this chaos and conflict card here, because with the Nine of Swords, it's a very heavy mental energy. So you may be feeling like there's a lot of antagonistic energies, like you may not have outright conflicts with people, but there may be a lot of tension in your relationship with other people, with someone specific, maybe even. And this is obviously a cause of stress and anxiety. It may even disrupt your sleeping pattern, but you may find yourself playing over and over again the same situation that occurred, or possible scenarios, and ending up thinking that it's going to be a negative outcome rather than a positive one. And I will challenge you by saying for every negative outcome you can think of a positive one, although it's not always easy, I'm well aware. But it's a card of going down the rabbit hole and really allowing our thoughts to take over and be a deep source of stress. And so be aware of that, because Nine of Swords to me is the card of courage. Face those thoughts, see them for what they are, and realize they are just thoughts. They've not manifested. Unless you put your focus on them, they will not probably manifest anyway, because you are sovereign of your life. You create your life, so make sure that you do not create negativity. And I know it's easier said than done. Please do not think I'm being judgmental. Far from it. So in the near past, which is still having an impact on your current situation, we have the Emperor. And that's why I was saying you may have had tension with someone in your circle. The Emperor, obviously no genders attached, okay? We're just looking at energy. So someone who would have the characteristic that I'm about to describe. This is someone who is a conqueror. So someone who's a strategist and knows how to lead their troops towards victory. So someone who's ambitious, someone who can be, in a negative side, overbearing, too controlling, for instance. Could be a father or a mother figure, because I have a mother who's stronger than a father figure, if you see what I'm saying. Doesn't have to be a male. It could be your boss, or it could be your other half in a romantic relationship. But this person is significant in the fact that now we have this card of chaos and conflict in your life, and the cause of stress. And it's interesting because you've got the Magician in the middle, and the Magician is a big, big, big card of manifestation, just generally speaking. So you have a lot of major arcana, and I wanted to touch on that because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so out of the 11 cards, you have, if we count this one, you have more than half of major arcana. And the minors, they describe the everyday situations and people and events. And the major, they talk about the energies that are going to have a longer term effect on your life path, big important things. So this Emperor is significant to your life path. Whoever this person is, this is very important. And the Magician is you in a position of creating your life. And it's interesting because I was just telling you about how I believe that we are sovereign of our lives and we create our lives. Well, this is you trying to. Now, the Magician is very much anchored in the everyday life because, you have cards like Justice, which is a concept, the Sun, which is a planet. This is a human being, and this is someone using everything they have at the tip of their fingers to create their reality. So yes, we may be talking about using finances and resources if we're talking about building your financial assets or growing your career or buying a home, for instance. But it could be also using your time efficiently, using your support network efficiently to make things happen, getting help, everything that you can, and your knowledge. Knowledge is a very important part of it. And your manifestation right now is being blocked by this Four of Swords. Now, the Four of Swords is a card of resting to gain mental stability, according to the Rider-Waite-Smith. But if you look at the Tarot de Marseille meaning of it, the Four of Swords is actually talking about feeling like you're pushing against restraint, like you're in a box and you can't get out of it, which is why I'm sensing this meaning way more than the other, because your manifestation is blocked because you feel like there's some constraint that have been put on you, some obligations even, they're saying to me. So if this is a boss, this may be someone blocking your ascension, as in your promotion or a pay raise. It may well be that they're taking their time to give you that, and that's infuriating for you, really frustrating, because you're an earth sign, you work hard, you work diligently, so you expect obviously return on the amount of sweat equity you put into any endeavor that you have. Totally get it. If it's to do with a relationship, this is someone who's exerting control over you. It could be, as I said, a parent, a family member who's doing it, or it could be your other half, like romantic other half. Like them not wanting you to do something, not wanting you to take on a new job, to change career, to start a business and leave your career behind, for instance. There's just that block there, and it's creating conflicts and tension. I totally understand why that would. Because on your conscious mind, you have this Knight of Swords. Now, the Knight of Swords is movement forward, taking actions, literally grabbing the reins of your own life and going for it. Knight of Swords is the fastest of them all. It's air energy. It's the mental body. It's the knight who has everything he needs, or she needs, again, remember, no genders attached, in order to move forward. So they've gathered the facts, the resources, and they just go for it. Action suits. The Swords is always about action and being decisive. And this is what you want to do. And so the frustration is growing because you've got this block here. And at the moment you don't know how to go around it, with the Magician trying to create, and it's not happening. In your subconscious you've got the Devil. Now this is a big energy of limitations, and the limitations can be either internal or external. So what I mean by internal is sometimes we can be our own worst devil. So in other words, we could negatively talk to ourselves and taking our power away from ourselves, not trusting ourselves, not believing in our capacities and capabilities. I'm not sensing that overly in this reading. It can also be, any type of addiction. So obviously drug and alcohol, but overeating or shopping therapy, anything that gives you instant gratification and then you regret it afterwards. Procrastination can be represented in the Devil. Consciously you want to go for it, but subconsciously you have a block and you're procrastinating, you're not actually taking concrete steps. It could be that. But the energy I'm feeling the most about this Devil is toxicity from someone else around you. Whether, as I said, it's a family member, a boss, your romantic other half. This is becoming a problem because it's stopping you from taking action. Whether you're not taking action because you don't want to upset them, or you don't want to lose them, you're afraid you may lose them, the self-doubt here, whatever the reason may be. And if it's at work, the fear of not getting the promotion, or, you understand what I'm talking about. So I can see why there's a conflict between the two. And in the near future, you're going to be pushed to a crossroad. The Two of Wands is having to make a decision, being at a crossroad, whether it's professionally or emotionally or even spiritually, and having to decide, okay, am I going to go left or am I going to go right? Now, Wands is to do with your spirit, what really engages your heart and soul. It's fire energy. So you're going to have to make this decision by contemplating which path is going to be the most exciting for me, which path is going to bring about the most growth for me. That's what the card talks about. And really understanding that once you've made that decision is having that laser focus towards your goal, which as Taurus, you know how to do. I'm not teaching you how to suck eggs. You know how to do that. But this is what's coming up. The fork at the end of the road is coming, where you're going to have to choose between that block and, just going for it because, that's the right thing for you. Now, the advice is to be very balanced about it. You have the Six of Pentacles. Six is harmony after having overcome some kind of disruption, whether it's a change, a challenge, whatever this is. This is a very pragmatic energy, your energy, Earth. The Six of Pentacles talks about the perfect balance between giving and receiving, whether we're talking about finances or giving and receiving about the amount of time you put into something. If you put this amount of time, are you getting it back from the other person in a relationship? Or if you put this amount of time into a project or a job, are you getting it back in terms of a financial reward? That is your pay compensating you for the amount of sweat equity and of bits of yourself that you're giving. So this is really the card that calls for you to look at that. It needs to be balanced. If there's going to be someone who's getting more than the other party, then it's not right. Is what basically this card is talking about in this position anyway. And now is the right time to do it because the environment, which is all of the external circumstances and the people around you, couldn't be more favorable. You have the Sun. This is the best card in the deck. The Sun literally talks about happiness, sheer joy, talks about success, victory for a plan or something you're trying to manifest with the Magician, and long term as well. We're not talking about just, hey, I'm happy for the next 6 months. We're talking long term here. This is a very, very positive phase in your life. It talks about the warmth of it as well, you know, how this can be energizing for you and revitalizing and making the most of the circumstances, because literally the sun is shining on you. Now is the time for you to, you know, make that decision and embrace it. And in the hopes and fears, you have justice. It made me smile when I saw it, I must be honest. Another major arcana, ultimate karma card. You reap what you sow. You're hoping you're gonna get what you deserve, what's right for you. And for me, when justice comes into a reading, this is saying that she's going to bring back harmony in your life. Remember what I said to you about the advice? I said, you know, the Six of Pentacles really is talking about harmony, the perfect equilibrium between, sorry, my dogs have heard something, the perfect equilibrium between giving and receiving. So if anything has been unbalanced, which it has with chaos and conflict, this is not a balanced energy, this is justice coming in to bring about that balance. And you know, you will get what you deserve. You have invested a lot of yourself in something, whether it's a romantic relationship, your career, a project, a business, and things are going to turn out in your favor. And you can see this, why I'm saying this, because in the potential final outcome, you've got the Page of Pentacles, a new direction, a good news coming your way. Pages bring news and messages. They also indicate many new beginnings, like that fork at the end of the road, you know, a new direction. Pentacles being again your energy, this is very much a pragmatic new direction. So justice is coming in there. You're going to get what you deserve, because you're going to have that message that's going to come your way, that's going to say, yes, the Four of Swords energy, which was blocking you, is going to be lifted, and you're going to be in a position where then you can exert your powers as a magician to create the life that you are after, and you're going to be able to go at it all guns blazing with this Knight of Swords energy. The Page of Pentacles I see as a the go-ahead, you know, the message that says, yes, you can go for this, and as I said, you recognize it when it comes in, because it's going to be something very tangible in your everyday world. And because of this devil, whatever this is, this toxicity that I'm detecting in your subconscious, is going to disappear. You are going to find power in making the decision in the near future with that Two of Wands when you get to that fork in the road. And it may well be that this fork in the road is provided to you by this messenger. Now, please remember, no genders attached. So it could be someone who brings you a message, who brings you an offer, or who opens a different door, one that you'd not thought about, but that you can throw yourself in and actively grow within that path, is what I'm trying to say. So I hope you've enjoyed your journey for the cards with me. If you found this message helpful in any ways, do let me know in the comment box below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, I thank you for your time. It's your most precious commodity. I am so humbled you chose to spend it with me. Do not forget to check your tarot birth card readings for the month. It may shed some more light on this, or give you a different aspect that I didn't cover in this reading. In the meantime, I wish you a truly wonderful month, and I will see you again very soon. Until next time, au revoir.